It was a chilly mid-January morning in the Quabbin with a dusting of fresh light snow, a good time to get into the woods. But not before a fortifying breakfast and a few cups of hot coffee at the Quabbin Woods restaurant in Petersham.
Small, family style.
Wendy Anderson, along with her husband and extended family, have been running things for the past 30 years here, and for sure, comfort best describes both the feel and the fare. Of course, in these times, just having the lights on and an open sign is no small victory.
We're fortunate to have all the support that we do from people in the area.
And like so many in this area, Wendy Anderson's roots go way back. Her grandfather owned a farm in the lost Quabbin town of Dana, where her father grew up.
I think they had around 100 acres at the time.
For which Anderson's grandfather felt the state did not fairly compensate him, so he drove into Boston to make his case.
Drove in with his old Ford pickup truck every day, and of course he didn't end up gaining anything. Because that was nothing that we ever spoke of, because it would get him riled up.
With the passage of nearly a century and the reality of the reservoir, riled no longer really applies here. There's respect, and for locals especially, a real appreciation for how open and accessible this land remains.
It's a safe place to be.
Yeah.
There's no traffic.
One of several places we go to walk on a daily basis.
Since 9/11, cars are no longer allowed on the Windsor Dam, opening up more recreation that already includes biking, fishing, boating in summer, snowshoeing, and, for the really hardy, fishing in winter too, on some of the adjoining rivers and streams.
It's absolutely beautiful.
You just dress a little more warmly this time of year.
Yeah, it's no problem really at all. You got to get out and enjoy the wonderful winter.
But whether it's hiking in to fish or to photograph bird life, it's the simple act of walking in the woods here on the watershed's 50 trails that seems to attract most people. And as Ranger Becky Baranowski pointed out, it's walking in the Quabbin Woods that can reveal the lost past here, like the fading footprint of a former farm.
So this would have been foundation stones for the barn?
Yes, this is foundation stones. All of the houses were removed, but they left any of the foundation stones because they wouldn't affect the water quality of the reservoir. This is very typical of what you would find all over the Quabbin watershed, cellar holes and stone walls.
Eerie, huh?
It is. It kind of is. It's like nowhere really else in New England.
Reaching the shoreline itself does conjure elsewhere in New England, but nowhere near here.
Completely different world. It's amazing. Yeah. You definitely don't feel like you're in central Massachusetts.
Now that I'm retired, I get to go in there and I don't have to sign a time card when I check in the morning, and I can stay as long as I want.
And he does. After a career helping manage the Quabbin, Dale Monette now pursues his passion here, nature and wildlife photography.
I go out and I never know what I'm gonna find. We've got a healthy moose population, deer, bobcats, coyotes.
Monette's 2 books showcase his eye, his skill, but his photos are also the fruit of a lot of patience.
A lot of people that see my books say, boy, this is great. I want to go see these, but what they don't realize is the hundreds and hundreds of hours that I've sat and I've waited.
Then there was the memorable morning that the wildlife came to him.
I'm standing here one day and I'm filming these beavers in the lodge, and I heard a big thump. So I looked over to my left and there was a big black bear right on the wall. He wasn't going to move, and I didn't want to move quick, so I slowly reached up and I turned my tripod around and I took 2 pictures. The bear turned around.
And you had 2 pictures?
Yeah, and I had 20 minutes before I could remember how to walk again.
No resident of the Quabbin, though, is as elusive or sought out as its carefully cultivated population of about a dozen pairs of bald eagles.
It's like a lot of wildlife stuff. You got to be in the right place at the right time.
With that in mind, Monette took us to his favorite overlook in New Salem, where a sudden snow squall was just lifting away.
You just have to run into them,
Alas, not here on this day.
Every time I see an eagle, it's a good day.
Eagles or not, finishing up here made it a very good day all the same.
Dale says he can't even guess how many photos of bald eagles he has taken over the years, but he has taken a lot. Ironically, he can also credit himself for even having eagles to photograph in the Quabbin. When Dale was working for DCR in the Quabbin, he was part of the program that first introduced eagles there in 1982, and he was there for the very first release. Coming up, more outdoor inspiration.